Hey folks, my name is Al Gowboy and I am a community health educator at Energized. Today I wanted to talk about how to manage your mental health while you are working from home, possibly. And it can be a very difficult thing to not be in the office, not working that typical 9 to 5. You have a different schedule and you have a lot of different distractions at your house. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about different ways to help manage your mental health to keep you kind of on task. So the very first thing I would say is making sure that you're referencing your company's protocol when it does come to a work from home environment, making sure that you are talking with your advisor or your director and making sure you're meeting their expectations that they have if you are to work from home. So with that being said, my very first tip that I would say is number one, when you are working from home for your mental health, you really want to be able to stay connected. And of course, we're practicing social distancing, and that's really rough for a lot of us extroverts here. But making sure that you're staying connected. So if you had meetings, trying to make sure that you could get them on Skype or on Zoom or even FaceTime, staying connected and making sure that we're still engaging in those conversations and still moving forward with that is very important. Self-isolation can be a very difficult thing when, we're home by ourselves, we're not around coworkers, and we're starting to feel isolated. So that also can really affect our productivity. So making sure that we're staying connected with our different coworkers and our advisors, and again, meeting those expectations will definitely help with your mental health. Step two, I would say try to keep a similar routine, and that's very difficult. When you are working from home, you might have a tendency to sleep in a little later, or maybe not get your workout in the morning, or maybe you have a big brunch and you have a very long breakfast, and that's just not your normal routine, right? So if you are working from home, making sure you're keeping a similar routine. Wake up at the same time. Take a shower in the morning if that's what you normally do. Put on actual work clothes, and also make sure that you are able to set those limits. So, if you're planning to work for 4 hours, great, and then you're taking a lunch break, take that similar lunch break at the same time. Because the more you're able to normalize that routine, that will really help with your mental health and be able to help keep things on track a little bit more. Tip number 3, I would say make sure you manage expectations and your workload as well. So making sure that you're almost over communicating with the work that is expected of you while you are at home. I kind of mentioned before having almost like a day-to-day, these are my goals, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I want to get done at the end of the day. Again, open conversations and clear expectations can really help you be more productive when you are working from home. Tip number 4, I would say try to control your environment the best way that you can. When you are working from home, you have distractions, you might have kids running around, you might have dogs barking, you might have the laundry going, or right now my dishwasher is going. But do the best that you can to really minimize those distractions. Or in general, let's say, you are at work, you work from a desk, do the best to set up a workspace at home. Even if you don't have room, make sure you're not just sitting on the couch doing work on a laptop. Maybe you're sitting at a kitchen table and you're able to do that work. And maybe you're not trying to go and do laundry and all these other things, cleaning, yada, yada. Another tip that I use to minimize distractions is I'll put my phone on airplane mode and just make sure that I can really focus and stay dedicated to my work. So the last tip that I have for you, which is very important for your mental health, is to utilize that lost commute time. So maybe it takes you 10 minutes to get to work. Okay, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back. Oh, that's an extra 20 minutes that you have each day to really practice on self-care. Maybe your commute is an hour. An hour there and back, you have 2 extra hours of your day to focus on you, what you need. Maybe that is a little bit of exercise. Maybe that's picking up that book that you haven't read for 3 months and you really wanted to finish. Maybe that's meditation or journaling. Just finding something that you can do to really take care of yourself, again, because mental health is a priority. And so we don't know how long this is going to be where all of us are kind of shut into our homes. So the biggest thing that we can do to maintain that normalcy is, again, just to keep that consistent schedule, making sure we're staying connected, we're managing our expectations and our workload while at home. We're controlling that environment that we are working in. And lastly, we're utilizing that lost commute time and making sure that we're also taking care of ourselves.